What is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade coming to y'all with that playoff predictions. We're going to talk about who will win the series, the Indiana Pacers or the Cleveland Cavaliers. Obviously, the Cavaliers ended up sweeping their last series, and the Indiana Pacers had a little trouble with their series, but they both figured it out and got it done early. And now the rest is over for Cleveland. Now you got your opponent. Now it's time to see what you can do against a new team, a new coaching staff, and a new type of style. Now, I think that this series is going to be very interesting. Um, the big man, like I said before, plays a big role in this series because of the rim protection and because of the speed and the athleticism that the Cleveland Cavaliers have in the interior. But it also going to matter, is Darius Garland going to play the entire series? Is he going to be able to stay healthy? Because he's a big part of what they do offensively, and he's one of their best playmakers for their roster in their style of play. So I think that that's something that's going to be interesting. That's something that's going to be fun to see. And will Jared Allen be quick enough and fast enough to cover the ground? Because Pascal likes to score on the perimeter a little bit, so does Miles Turner, and you can say the same thing about Thomas Bryant. So you're going to be out of that paint more than you would like, but you also got to cover it enough to help guys like Donovan Darius and other guys like that, for they don't get torched by breaking down and being able to open up that paint. Because Tyrese Halliburton is a big guard, Andrew Nembhard is a big guard for these guys. So they're going to try to attack a little bit on the perimeter and try to find ways to get them angles and them driving lanes to be able to get to the paint. And you're going to have somebody be able to rotate and help there. And I think Evan Mobley obviously is the defensive player of the year. He has the length, he has the quickness, he has the understanding, he has the discipline to be an impactful player in this series, and it is going to be interesting to see what he do. Obviously, you have to feel the same way about Donovan Mitchell. He's a guy that can get hot, he can make shots, he can make threes, and he can come at you full steam ahead and finish real decent in that paint, and he's a good free throw shooter. So they're going to need Darius Garland to be healthy. They're going to need him to help them close games. They're going to need it to take some pressure off Donovan Mitchell, and that's why they paired them together in the backcourt, because they felt like this was enough with the right coaching staff and the right ideas that we can win it all. And they went all in on that by getting DeAndre Hunter, who is a guy that's going to continue to come off the bench, but he's going to play big minutes because you have guys that you need to contain and you have guys that you need to respect, and you need a big body that you can throw on them while still not giving up much on the offensive end, which he allows you to do. And I think that that's going to be something that's pivotal in this series too, is the usage of DeAndre Hunter as an offensive weapon, as a floor spacer, and as a defender. This is going to be one of the series where he's probably going to be very valuable in. Obviously, you got to love what you can get out of Ty Jerome. You want some scoring from him and a little bit of playmaking from him. And if that doesn't work, you always have Sam Merrill, who you can throw out there too, and he can make shots and make plays. And these guys have been coming up big. So I think that that's going to continue anytime they play against any series. And what are you going to get out of Isaac Okoro? You know what I mean? Is he going to continue to make his threes? Is he going to be a relentless defender when you need him to be, and a switchable guy? Like, if you can switch a lot of mismatches, it favors Indiana, because that's what they love to do. They try to find a way to hunt a mismatch as much as they can and use that as their way to score efficiently or score moderately. So guys like Matt Strus is going to have to make shots. Not only is he going to have to defend, he's going to have to go out there and make shots, because he's just a little bit taller than Darius and Donovan Mitchell. So we know that he's a guy that can catch and shoot. He hasn't really been hitting as much as you would like, but you know that he can do it. So you got to continue to have that belief in him. Tristan Thompson might get some minutes. He's a big body that can still rebound at a high level to give some guys some rest and give some guys, some quality minutes off the bench. And that's what they would need, and they trust him to be able to do that. Dean Wade might get some minutes too, because he is another guy that can give some size and some decent defense sometimes, and also give them perimeter scoring. So that's some things that you should be looking forward to if you're a Cavaliers fan. Just using your youth, your athleticism, your shooting, your floor spacing, and your bigs to your highest advantage. And that's the key for the Cavaliers offensively and defensively to be able to win this game, is make things tough for Siakam, make Miles Turner a perimeter player while still closing out to him. And if Siakam don't like the post because you keep making sure you stay on him, then he's going to try to drift off to the perimeter and make open jump shots or spaced out jump shots. And you just have to live with that because he's going to figure out a way to put the ball in the basket because all the better ones do. And he's one of those guys. But I like the Pacers. I like what they did. This is a legitimate team. Obviously, they won 50 games this year. They went to the Eastern Conference Finals. So this team is well coached. They're going to be well prepared. They have a lot of matchups that they can throw out there. Like I said, they have a lot of bigs that they can put out there. They have guys that can score the basketball. What is Benedict Mathurin going to do? Because he is a guy that didn't do much in the Milwaukee series. And I feel like he can do a little bit more in this series because the guards aren't, as big and as strong as he is. And he has a size advantage too and height advantage. So he might be able to do more in this series because he can attack the way he wants to. And hopefully he just doesn't settle for the three ball. And he finds a way to be a little bit more physical and try to get to the free throw line. I can say the same about Nembhard. He's a guy that likes to pass up shots. But if he sees some shots that he likes or you see a mismatch that he likes, he's going to hand over the ball and try to get to his spots and make shots. And he was able to do that in the Bucks series. I don't see nothing changing in this one. Neesmith, he got to continue to be effective. Like this guy is one of their biggest X factors. The guy can hit threes. The guy can rebound. He's an athlete. So he's going to be important in that starting lineup for them to get off the good starts because we know that Cleveland can snap into it right away. And if you can't hang with them, you'll get blown out. And you can say the same thing about Ben Shepherd. He's a quality backup, but he's not going to play a ton of minutes because you don't really trust him defensively and you might not trust his decision making, but he might be able to be in the right lineup so he don't have to do those things and just add size and athleticism to that position just in case, you need to give somebody rest. And I also feel like Pascal is going to find his way throughout this series. He knows he's going to be needed in multiple situations, and he's going to have to find a way to get to his spots and get the matchups that he wants. And he did that in the Bucks series very good. And he's going to have to continue that against the Cavaliers. It's just not going to be easy because they can throw a lot of guys at him and make it tough. But he's a great player, so he's going to have to be able to make those shots. Obi Toppin is a big body that's athletic. He's going to score on the perimeter. He's going to be able to get some driving lanes. He's just going to have to be able to make those shots when he's getting them, and he's just going to have to make those decisions quickly if he wants to be able to score some points fast. And scoring points fast is what the Pacers do. Miles Turner, obviously, like I said, they're going to want him to be on the perimeter more than in the paint. You don't want to give up any dunks. You don't really want to give up any free throws, and just making him take step back shots and pull up shots is the type of game plan that you should want. Obviously, you want to contest them and stay with them as close as you can, unlike the Bucks was able to do, but you have the personnel to be able to do that. But he's going to understand that, Tyrese is going to try to find a way to keep him engaged and involved offensively. And then it's going to be, can he rebound the basketball and can he protect the rim at a high level? He's shown that he can do it, but can he do it against the Cavaliers? They have some mobile, fast bigs that if you leave them for a split second, they can finish it right away. And that's going to be something he's going to have to do the entire series, or this one can be over early. Jarris Walker, another sharpshooter. If you leave him open, he's going to try to make you pay. He's a big body, very mobile, very physical. So I think that can help them in certain lineups and certain matchups. And I think that should be fun. TJ McConnell, I don't think he's going to change his game. He's going to get those 15 to 25 minutes where he's just coming in, running that point guard position, trying to get a layup, trying to get a mid-range, trying to space the floor, and try to make plays, for himself and his teammates as much as he can. He's one of their most devastating players that they have, and I think that he's going to play a big part of what they do if they're going to win games. And that's something that we all will give him credit on. And then Tyrese Halliburton, what is he really going to do? He's a guy that sometimes he wants to score, sometimes he just want to feed his teammates. Will he score enough points where will he make the big shots and the big plays that we know he can do? And can he run that offense efficiently? And if he does that, they're going to be right up there making it tough on Cleveland. I think that this is a good matchup for the Pacers, and I think that the Cleveland Cavaliers are a great team. And I just feel like offensively, just like we seen the Bucks do sometimes, putting the ball in Giannis' hand and putting shooters around them, you can find some gaps and some holes in Indiana that you can expose, and that can help you have success against them. And that's what every team has. You try to mask your weaknesses as much as you can. You try to make sure that you're putting your opponent in the toughest situations that they can be in, forcing them to pick their poison either way. And if you can do that, you in a good situation if you're the Pacers. But can you do it enough to win the entire game? Or can you do it enough to win that fourth quarter? And that's where I look at it. Like, I just don't see the Pacers having enough scoring or enough defense to be able to eliminate the Cavaliers, this version of the Cavaliers. I just feel like the Cavaliers can go off. The Cavaliers can lock in defensively. The Cavaliers can make pivotal runs. And the Cavaliers can just execute at a high level to the point where they force the Indiana Pacers to keep up. And if that's the situation and that's how it's going to play out, then I got Cavs in 5. I think the Cavs are legit. I think they really are as good as they showed in the regular season. I think that they really are a powerhouse. And I think that if they play on both ends of the court the way that they have shown, and they continue to play together and they don't give in on anything the Pacers are trying to do, I feel like Kenny Atkinson wants this. He's going to challenge his players. He's going to demand greatness from them. He knows they're capable of it. And I would say, with all that being factual and all that being known, the Cavaliers should be able to finish this series off in 5. Other than that, comment, like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell for more analysis. And if you're new to the channel, I do conversation videos just like this and very different NBA only topics. I also do breakdowns of real footage of legends, current legends, rookies, and also future stars. And I also do mock draft and draft coverage too. So if you love that type of content, this is the place for you. And I think you will enjoy it. And I think you will love this channel for that. Not only that, hope you guys enjoyed your day. Hope you guys stay blessed up. And you want to check out some other things I like to do, my social medias are on my channel. Also, my email is on my channel if you want to contact me for any reason. And it's not on the social medias or in the comment section. And other than that, hope you guys had a great week. Hope you guys enjoying the weekday and the grind, and hope you guys can stay blessed. Remember, we're trying to make 2015 a day of the past and trying to do it bigger and better this year in 2025. So let's have fun doing that like we have done the first 4 months of this year. We're getting ready to go into the 5th, so let's enjoy that time too and put in the work that's needed for us to enjoy this game of basketball. The players doing it, the world is doing it, so let's do our part and be entertained and love this game for what it is and appreciate the players that give their all to be able to play it to entertain us. Other than that, thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting throughout the years that you supported me, whenever it was, even if it's still to this day. Thanks for watching when you have a chance and just continuing to understand. I need you guys to do your part, and I'm going to continue to do my part. And that's a 50-50 why this channel is still around and doing so well. And people still love it for that same reason. I didn't change too much of the formula. I just added more things to that concoction. And it ended up turning out real good even in the future. That's where I'm living now in the present. But I didn't know that 10 years ago. I didn't know that 12 years ago. And I've been doing this for a while. Now I know what you guys want to see. Now I know what you guys want to watch. And it's fun to have people that love the content that I make, since I'm the only person doing it. And I do everything for this business and this channel. And thank y'all for the love and the support y'all been giving me. Love y'all. I'm going for now. Peace out. And I'll be back with that Clippers Denver analysis. So watch out for that on your feed if you got the notification bell.